Hello there, everybody. This is phonics lesson for Wednesday, February 10th. We are on lesson 17 of Unit 4, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize now because I left my glasses in the car, and so I might have trouble seeing. So just bear with me, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share the screen. And we are on lesson 17, like I said. All right, so the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to do some chaining. So I need to pull up the Jamboard. Okay, we're going to do a new jam today. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Alrighty, so we are going to start with a big word today. Our first word that we're going to do is the word fortune. Fortune. Okay. So now we're going to take the chun part at the end and we're going to just take it off. We're going to take off the chun part. So the new word is going to be than before. Good. All right, so now we're going to change the or to r. What will the new word be? It's going to be far. Good. All right, so now we're going to change the R of far to air. Okay, so it's going to be fair. Good. All right. We're going to change the f part to ch. So now we're going to do chair. Right. Hold on one second. All right, so we are going to change the air in chair to ain. So the new word is going to be chain. Good. All right, so we're going to take the word chain and we're going to add ing to the end. Chaining is the new word. Good. So we're going to change ch at the beginning of chaining to r. It is raining. Very good. All right. So we're going to change the n in raining to k. It is going to be raking. Good. Okay. So now we're going to take the in raking and change it to t. It is taking. Very good. All right. So now we're just going to take the ing off. What will the new word be? Take. Good. Okay. So now we're going to change the t sound to mm. So the new word is make. Good. All right. So we're going to change the k sound of make to d. So the new word is made. Very good. Okay. So now we're going to take the word made. We're going to take the aid part and change it to ein. So the new word will be mine. Good. All right. So now we're going to take the in mine and change it to sh. So the new word is shine. Very good. All right. So now we're going to take the ein in shine and change it to out. So the new word is shout. Very good. Now we're just going to add ing to the end of shout. So it is shouting. Good. We're going to change the sh to pouting is the new word. Very good. Now we're going to say it without the P, without the P sound. Outing. Good. Okay. We're going to take off the ing. Take off the ing. So it's just going to be out. Nice. Now we're going to change the t to ch. So the new word is ouch. All right, so we started with a big word, fortune. We made one small change to every word throughout the whole chain, and we ended with the word ouch. Very good. All righty. So now let's look at some sentences and some words within those sentences. All right, our first sentence is the baker uses a whisk to stir the liquid on the stove. Okay, so we have the word whisk. And remember, we are looking at the consonant blend at the end of the word. Okay, so we have whisk, whisk. So the sk is the blend. We're going to get rid of the first sound of the blend, sk. So we're going to get rid of the, now we just have wick, wick. What is the new word on the curve? It is wick. Very good. Alrighty, our second sentence is close the clasp on your pants. So we have the word clasp, clasp. So the blend is the okay. And we're going to get rid of the sound. So our new word is going to be clap, clap. So the new word on the curve is clap. Very good. All right, next sentence. He held his head up high. Held. Held is the word on the curve. We have old. Old. Old is the blend. We're going to get rid of the old part. So now we just have head. Head. So the new word on the curve is head. Very good. So it was Sarah's turn next week. Next is the word on the curve. So we have next, next. Ooh, need to fix that. There we go. All right, so we are going to take the x blend and get rid of the x part. Now we just have net, net. So the new word on the curve is net. Good. All right, our next sentence is try to get everything into the trunk. So trunk is the word on the curve. We have the word broken apart into trunk, trunk. So the unk is the blend, and we are going to get rid of the n part, and now we just have truck, truck. What is the new word on the curve, guys? It is going to be truck. Very good. Y'all are getting so good at these. All right, it is time for our spoonerism today. And our spoonerism, I think, is kind of easy. It is I flove flowers. I flove flowers. What do you think that's supposed to say? I flove flowers. It's supposed to say, I love flowers. Very good. Good job, guys. Alrighty. Our learning targets for today are I can hear the different vowel sounds in words. I can identify 5 different sounds for the Y spelling. And I can partner read the story, The Bakery. So we are going to orally, that means out loud, review 3 sets of vowel sounds, okay? And the purpose of this activity is to hear the difference between the various vowel sounds, okay? So some of the words have more than one syllable. And when there's more than one syllable, I will let you know which syllable and which vowel sound I want you to focus on. Okay, so here we have our first sound. It's going to be the E and A, okay? So if you hear E in the word, you're going to hold up one finger. If you hear A in the word, you're going to hold up 2 fingers, okay? All right, here we go. Let me get my list of words. All right, so the first word is reach. Reach. Would you hold up 1 or 2? Do you hear E or eh? Listen carefully to the word reach. I hear E. I hear E in reach. What about the word tree? I also hear E in tree. What about the word rest? Rest. What do you hear in that word? I hear s. Okay. What about the word lemon? We're doing the first syllable of this word. Lemon. Do you hear E or eh? I hear lemon. Good. Last word for this one is the word before, and we're doing the first syllable. Before. Do you hear E or eh? I hear E. Before. All right, so we're going to listen again for different vowel sounds in the words. This time we're going to use different vowels. This time we're going to say O, aw, and ow. So if you hear O, you're going to hold up a 1. Aw, you'll hold up 2. And ow, you'll hold up 3. Okay? All right, so our first word is show. Show. What do you hear there? Do you hear O, aw, or ow? I hear O, show. Good. What about crowd? Crowd. Do you hear O, aw, or ow? Crowd. I hear ow. So you should have held up 3 fingers. The next word is the word shop. Shop. Which one do you hear? I hear ah. Shop. Okay. What about the word crow? Crow. I hear oh. Crow. Good. Now the next one is a two-syllable word. We're doing the first syllable, okay? Totem. Totem. Which O sound do you hear? Do you hear O, aw, or ow? Totem. I hear one. I hear O, totem. And then our next word is shower. Shower. Hey, you should hold up a 3 because it says ow. Good. All right, so we're going to do it one more time. We're going to listen one more time for some different vowel sounds. This time we're going to listen for the I with 1 or eh with 2. I or eh. Okay. The first word is fight. Fight. You're going to hold up 1. It's I. The next word is fit. Fit. Do you hear I or eh? I hear eh. You should have held up 2. The next word is fly. Fly. It is also a 1 I sound. The next word is cries. Good. You should have held up a 1. The next one is a two-syllable word. We're looking for the first syllable sound. Okay, the word is item. Item. Do you hear I or eh? I definitely hear I, so you should have a 1. And then our last word is the word igloo. It is also a two-syllable word. We're looking for the first syllable, igloo. That's right, it is a 2. It says eh. Okay. Today, we are going to learn some additional sounds that the letter Y can represent. So first, let's review the 3 sounds that we have already learned for the letter Y. 1 is a consonant and 2 are vowels. So the first sound that we have learned for the letter Y is y, y, like in the word yell and yarn and yes. Okay, and those are all consonant sounds. Okay, that's why it is in red. It's a consonant sound. Another thing that we have learned with the letter Y is the I sound. It makes an I sound. It says I, like in myth and symbol and system. And that is a vowel sound, and that's why it is in green. And we've also learned the I, like in try and cry and shy and satisfy. The Y makes it sound like a long I. And it is also a vowel sound. That's why it is in green. Okay, so now we're going to learn a new sound for the letter Y spelling. And it says E. So when you have a Y as a spelling for the E sound, it is found often at the end of words like funny, baby, happy, lucky, sorry, party. All of those words end with a Y, but it has the E sound. Okay, so this is a vowel sound because it says E, and we're going to trace vowel sounds in green. Okay, so we are going to look at our individual code flip book so that we can trace the Y spelling for the E sound in green. Make sure I'm on the right tool. All right, so here we have the E sound, and here is the Y, like in funny. There we go. Okay. So there's another sound that we have that we're going to learn today that makes the E sound, and that is EY together, like in the word key. The EY says E. So we're going to go back to our flip book and we're going to highlight the EY. All right, but while we're here, I want you to look. Look how small this power bar is. The EY power bar is super small. What does that tell you? It tells you that the EY spelling for the E sound is not very common at all. I feel like we're missing something. Are we missing one of our? We have EY, Y, as in funny, try me. Oh, okay. No, we only had 4 vowel sounds so far. Okay. I was like, did I miss something? Okay. Maybe the part. All right. So you are 2 worksheets to do today. They're easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Like, not a problem at all. They have words in the box, and you're going to figure out which sentence they belong in, okay? And all of the words in the box today have the E sound or the Y sound or I. They have some sort of sound that we have learned that the Y makes, okay? So you're going to read the sentences, decide which word makes sense. There are 12 on this one. Now you do have another worksheet, but it only has 10 questions on it, so there's 22 altogether. Not bad. All right, it's time to wiggle, guys. Okay, so what I want you to do now is act like you're playing hockey. Okay, hit the stick. Hit that puck with the stick, and you can check somebody into the wall. All right, now dance slowly. All right, now make a silly face. Act like you're in a hurry. Okay, there we go. Now wiggle back down to your seat. If you need to take a bathroom break, go get a drink, do anything, pause your video, go do that really quickly and come right back because we are almost done. Okay, so today's story is called The Bakery. Okay, bakery. So, what does this word mean? Bake. All right, so the word bake means to cook food like muffins and pies and cakes and breads in the oven. So let's add to the end of the word bake. What is this word now? So the new word is baker. What does that word mean? It's a person who bakes the food. So a baker is the person who makes and bakes the cakes and the pies and the cookies and the cupcakes and the breads and all the yummy foods. All right, so now let's add E at the end of baker. So what is that new word? So we have bake E. What's the new word? Bakery is the new word. And what does what does that word mean? Bakery. A bakery is the store where the bakers bake and sell their foods. All right, so today's story takes place in a bakery. What are some types of jobs that Kim may apply for at a bakery? What do you think? Well, we know that she could be a baker. She could apply to clean up. You always have to have a clean place to bake food. She could be the cashier, which is the person who rings up the purchases and takes the money for it. Or she could be a delivery worker where she delivers the baked foods to places in Manhattan. So before we read the story, let's go over the spellings that we have today. Okay. So we have the Y spelling in as the E sound in bakery, sticky, freshly, hungry, tasty, cranberry, perfectly, and tummy. And then we have the E spelling with the E sound in I'm sorry, the No, it's E. That's right. E. I don't know why I said Recipe down here at the end, the E says E. Secret and maybe. And then we have I sound with IGH, like high and sight. Some vocabulary words that we're going to see in this story are a cranberry. And a cranberry is a small red fruit, round fruit, and it tastes kind of tart or sour. And you may have them at Thanksgiving time in cranberry sauce. Okay. And then we have the word recipe. And a recipe is a list of ingredients and directions for how to make a certain food. And then we have the phrase, no fear of high places. What means the person's not afraid of heights. And made his tummy thunder means it makes your stomach growl. All right, so let's read the text together closely. Okay, so here is our cover. The Job Hunt is the title of the reader. Our table of contents, we are on the bakery. What page does it start on? 76. Look, we're almost to the end of this reader, guys. I'm going to blow this up so that I can actually read it, okay? I really need my glasses. All right, the bakery. Kurt followed Kim as they made their way down the street, checking in all the shops. Then he saw something way up high. Look at him, Kurt said, pointing up at a store. There was a window cleaner high up on the side, and he sat on a platform. The platform was hanging by long ropes. He clearly has no fear of high places, said Kim. That is not the job for me. I think it would be fun, said Kurt. Think of all the stuff you could see from way up there. I would rather see the sights from inside the store, Kim said. Let's keep going. It's getting late. There's the window washer. You see how high up in the air he is. There they are, and he's way up there. Suddenly, Kurt smelled something that made his tummy thunder. The smell of freshly baked goods filled the air. We must go in there, Kurt said. It was a bakery. The baked goods were displayed in the big glass case. There were cakes and cupcakes. There were rolls and muffins. There were sticky buns and other yummy treats. Kim asked if they had a job opening. Maybe, said the baker. The boss is out. Fill out these forms. She will call you later if she has a job. This place is making me hungry, Kurt said. Here, you can have this muffin, said the baker. It's a day old, but it's perfectly fine. It's a cranberry muffin. Look at him. He's looking at all those treats. Oh, look at that yummy stuff. Oh, I love baked food. Kurt bit into the muffin. It's so tasty, he said. It's tart, but also sweet. What's in it? All muffins start out with the same basic recipe, the man said. You need flour, eggs, cream, and butter. The tart taste is from the cranberry. That's all I can tell you. The rest of the recipe is a secret. Why is it a secret? Kurt asked. If I told people how to make muffins like that one, then they would not need to come here to get one. As they left the bakery, Kurt whispered to Kim, "If you get a job there, maybe they'll teach you the secret recipe. Then we can open our own bakery." "So you're going to be a baker now?" Kim said with a smile. "You are quite a dreamer, Kurt." All right, so what makes Kurt have tummy thunder this time? The smell of the freshly baked goods made Kurt have a tummy thunder. Why are the baker's recipes a secret? Because if the baker gave out the recipes, then people could make the baked goods at home. Then they would not have to come to the bakery to buy them. All right, so worksheet 17.2 is, oops, not that one, is, oops, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? Hold on. Okay, I need to make this smaller, not get out of there. My goodness, I'm having trouble right now. Hmm. Apparently, I forgot to add this onto my PowerPoint, guys. So we're on 17.2. Oh, you know what? We're not doing 17.2. I don't want y'all doing that. We are doing 17.3 though. I'm pulling it up. Hold on. Just one second. Let me just hold on. I'm just gonna, I'll pause. I'll pause the video. Hold on. Maybe. Hmm. Okay, I'm back. Share my screen. All right, so here is the second worksheet that I told you about that you're going to work on today. It is just the same thing. You got some words in the box, and you're going to decide which word makes the most sense in the sentence. You're going to use your text box to fill it in, okay? All right, and then that is it, guys. That is all. Our learning targets for today were: I can hear the different vowel sounds in words. I can identify 5 different sounds for the Y spelling, and we can partner read the story, The Bakery. All right, so that is it. You have 2 worksheets to work on today. I'm not going to give you a spelling activity to work on because some of you probably still have to do your writing them 3 times each today. But so that's it, guys. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I will see you later. Bye.